it's been a long time since I've shown anything like this. And I have my reasons, but one of the major reasons was I've just haven't had the motivation. If I'm going to be honest, not much motivation at all, and life has really thrown me some curveballs. But we're here at the new place, thanks to Daryl Doan from Mission Realty. He's my agent, and he also is a car guy, and so he knew exactly what I wanted, and we got it within budget too, so that was great. But yeah, if you guys are looking for a new home, Mission Realty out of Southern Indiana is the way to go. It's a small company, so they don't treat you like another number. They are not looking to get the most commission. They're looking to get homes for people who want homes. And so I got my home. As you can see, the show is in the background. The show that's hated on YouTube and despised on TikTok is here. And she's doing okay. She isn't doing great, but she's doing okay. She does have a small coolant leak that appeared at 148,000 miles. And we are still investigating that since I moved, and some things have happened in my life. I've lost most of my possessions, so therefore I'm starting over. And I don't have much. I have hand tools, and that's it. I've had to go out and buy things like crazy. I had to buy some ramps to do oil changes on the car. The oil was good. I just purchased on order jack and jack stands. I need to get some thick plywood since this is gravel. I don't feel comfortable jacking off of it, or raising the car off of it. So I'm gonna have those get some like 12 by 12 sheets, 12 inch by 12 inch sheets of thick plywood to put the jacks on, or the jack stands on, and the jack, and we'll do it that way. It seems like the most reasonable and safe way to do it, if we're going to be honest. But the car is at 150,000 miles with no major failures yet. We are at the service life of the timing chain and water pump. Those have not been done yet, and there is a possibility the coolant leak is from the water pump. I haven't had any further investigation yet of it. It's a slow leak. The oil is clean. There's no weird smoke coming out of the exhaust or anything like that. And the car is idling really good. Temps are good. It's just leaking coolant. Not really sure from where. And you know, at this point, people who don't properly maintain the car have had a lot of major issues, usually starting with the PTU, rear turbo, front turbo, and so on and so forth. But even though I have been taking this car to the track, no major issues yet. And that's just based, the only reason that happens is because of how well I take care of the car. So this is 150,000, well 51 today, 151,000 miles. Daily driver, Taurus Sho. She has her chips, her dings, her faded plastics, but she's in really good condition for what she is. We are running AMSOIL Signature Series 5 W30, and we will be flushing the transmission probably by the end of next week with the ATF Signature Series AMSOIL as well. We are, of course, running either AMSOIL filters or Motorcraft. And we have the R1 Concepts brake system on here, pads and rotors. I don't know why I spaced out on that. Pads and rotors. The front rotors look to be in okay condition. I need to get the wheel off to further investigate, but I'm noticing a little bit of brake fade. I think it's the pads. I don't think it's the rotors. We also need to flush the brake system on this car, so I need to get those jacks for that too, or the jack stands for that too. Overall, the car's doing well. It's still disappointing some people when they are at a stoplight with their V6 Challenger or Charger and rev it. So, it's a good car. It's a good car. She's just expensive to maintain and to keep tip-top shape. And honestly, the people that buy these cars, they can't afford the car, and therefore they have major failures like the PTU, turbos, and sometimes even an engine or transmission because they don't maintain the car properly. They don't use quality fluids in the car. They use the cheapest that they can get, and as a result, they get the cheapest quality. Car's on 93 octane with the octane booster every 3 tanks and a injector cleaner about every month or 2. And she gets about 22 miles to the gallon when I'm not in it. She gets around 19 when I'm really in it. She hovers anywhere between 19.6 to 22.5, 23 miles a gallon. Doesn't really vary too far from that. If there is a big variation, it means something's off and it's investigated immediately. So, with that being said, the car is still technically stock. No major performance mods have been made. Only things to make the car a little bit more reliable and better for doing a dig. So we've vent to atmosphere, keeping intake temps down. We've done the noisemaker delete on the car for any future boost leaks. That should not be an issue as long as we're not running a like insanely high PSI for this car. What else? We've removed the engine cover and splash guard for heat soaking issues. Guys, please, unless you have the unholy amount of potholes, do not, or the car's really lowered, do not keep the splash guard on there. It has about this much, so 2.5 inches, 3 inches of insulation, sound reduction insulation in there, and then the engine cover on top of it also has insulation and sound reduction in there, and it just heat soaks the car. So if you're wondering why your rear turbo is failing, or why your PTU is failing so quickly at 50K, 75K, it's because the car is heat soaked and you're not properly getting the car cool. Engine temperature is just the engine. The rest of the parts don't have temperature monitoring that reads to the display inside the car. The only time you can tell what the temperatures are of certain parts of the vehicle is when you have a scanner hooked up and you can read it live. And I have one of those. With that being said, there has been at least one PTU flush on this. That's about it. It does not have a drain plug. This is a 2015. They didn't add the drain plug until I think 18 or 19. So we will have to either get an updated PTU, which I'm not even sure fits. It could be off by a millimeter because Ford's sometimes like that. Or we get a drain plug drilled, so we can get that option as well. A lot of people are not comfortable with that, doing that. So, and I'm not comfortable with doing that because I don't know everything about these cars. I know a little bit. I know that if you take care of the car takes care of you, you know. So, daily driver, 150K on this, 151,000 on this. No major issues. We do have a slight coolant leak, and it might be the water pump, but there is no overheating going on whatsoever. So it's still pumping. It just might have a small leak. With that being said, the timing chain and all that fun stuff does have to be removed and replaced. It's that service life. It reached service life around 125 on these cars. So kind of surprised it hasn't failed yet. But hopefully she keeps on going, because I do not have the experience or the equipment to do a timing chain and water pump, and I don't really have the funds for a timing chain and water pump right now. So fingers crossed it holds out. We aren't racing right now. We're just driving it to work. If we can get that replaced and done, I'll get back to actually racing, probably in November. So October, November timeline. So we have a little time, and it should all be good. But I want to give you guys an update on what's going on with the channel, with me. I know I haven't been posting much content. It's been hit or miss. It's usually I find a video and respond to it right now and not shooting original content. So, but here's some original content for y'all. Anyway, we got our mic set up, we got our gimbal, we got our camera set up. Life's going good. Life's going good right now, and it's challenging. There's lots of challenges, but I know I can get through it, and I'll just see y'all later, okay? Bye.